My name is Tom, and I am in recovery from alcohol. Before I started my recovery journey, I was in turmoil, internally and externally. Although I had things pretty good on the outside, I had a lovely wife, I had a successful job, two beautiful kids, the sorts of things that alcoholics generally don't appreciate and will drink in spite of. I was basically fraudulent, and I was torn by the clash between what I projected and what I was. And ultimately, that led to, I would say, an emotional crisis. I blew up my life. I lost my job. I lost my marriage. I lost my residence. And for a time, I lost the respect of my children. My behavior was deteriorating faster than I could lower my standards. And when you get to that point, you suddenly realize there is nothing more depraved or more disgusting that you could possibly do. And it was time to stop. I wiped the slate clean in not a good way, but in a way that allowed me to basically say, look, this is as bad as it's going to get. And recovery is your only option. I went to outpatient treatment, and that began a path of on and off recovery. I did have some relapses. That is a big part of my story. I did go to meetings. I did get a sponsor. I did work steps. And slowly but surely, I developed a recovery mindset and not a substance abuse mindset, which is what I had for about 40 years. Well, what I have learned that has allowed me to stay in recovery, I had to let go. I had a hard time asking for help in my job, when it came to my mental health, and certainly when it came to my alcoholism. I had a hard time letting others become aware of my problem and letting them help me fix it. So I had to learn to relinquish control over every aspect of my life, my career, where I lived. I had to have a sense of community and people to whom I was accountable. The other thing I had to learn was to forgive myself. There was a lot of wreckage associated with my drinking. My marriage, of course, I mentioned, my career, relationships with my kids, my finances were trashed, IRS issues, you name it. I had managed to F up pretty much every aspect of my life. And so I had to forgive myself for having created this wreckage in order to move away from it. I'm an older person in recovery. There's a tendency, I think, when you get to be this age to think that you're incapable of change. So the first thing you have to do if you want to recovery at this age is to jettison that misconception about our ability to change. Everyone can change. It just takes a strong desire to do so.